very hard time opening people up in certain matchups. You know,
Yes.
if she doesn't have a life lead against Sonya, that could be pretty fucking hard.
It's hard. I even think against Cage. I mean, if you're turtle enough with Cage, Cage doesn't care about 10, 12% chip damage. He can lose that because he knows if he hits you once, you're in big trouble. Um, the thing with Cage is, I always think if he turtled enough, one anti-air in a close match, one anti-air, this bitch is going to have to eat a nut punch combo, then block the jump-in punch, then block the fucking, you know, the fireball. Then she's probably going to have to ass out to make sure she does EX, to make sure she doesn't get caught in anything else. I mean, of course, then she's far away again, but she lost all that. And if she's down on the life and she asses out with EX, she's lost meter and she's down in the life lead. I mean, I just think that there's waste, and I think Cyrax is the same way. I think once people start fighting Cyrax and start saying, I'm tired. Jumping back is the worst thing to do against Cyrax. If you are in a situation where bombs and nets are on the screen and you start saying, I don't know where to jump forward. Don't ever jump backwards, because who gives a fuck about that stupid throw that does 9% and you can tech roll anyway, even if there's a bomb on the ground and avoid it. I mean, so you jump forward. If you jump backwards, the net's definitely going to fucking hit you. If you jump forward, at least you get over the net. So once people always realize, when in doubt, jump forward on Cyrax. When Cyrax is a cross-up jump punch, always make sure if you can't anti-air properly and you get caught off guard, go airborne. So even if he does a jumping backwards air-to-air jump punch, he's not gonna, because of the gravity, he's not going to get a good reset. And even if he does try a reset, the damage is going to be so scaled on the front end of it that it's really going to be no more than like a 38% combo, and he wasted a bar to do it. So, and whenever Cyrax, opens his chest for a net, if he opens his chest right away again, just do like a fast special or something, because it can't be a net, it's going to be a bomb. So once people start really breaking that character down, after I shouldn't say nerf him, after they fix him, you're going to have a whole bunch of Cyrax players saying, you see that? They fucked my character. You see how people are fighting him now? No, stupid. They're not fighting him because of the nerf. They're fighting him because this small community finally got more experienced against it, and they changed how he fought it. And your character, the fact that your character doesn't do as much damage is an afterthought. Now it's just they're fighting. It would have been a problem regardless. It would have been a little easier because when you did hit someone, you did more damage. But either way, it would have been a harder fight for you regardless. It has more to do with how the game changing as opposed to the nerfs. And I think right now people just don't have things in perspective in this community in general.
Yeah, I also, kind of talking what you're talking about, this kind of sounds bad, but I'm including myself in this. Overall, the level of play is honestly very low. No one knows what the hell's going on. I mean, I go to these tournaments, and it's amazing, 6 months in, how many dumb katana gimmicks are still working. How many people really don't know how to fight her? Even great players. And there's plenty of matchups where I don't know what's going on too. So, I'm not saying I'm like God or anything, but we're very behind. We are not like Street Fighter. The level of play is not as high as it could be.
No, it's not. I'm still learning shit as we speak. Like,
yeah,
as
absolutely.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still learning. Dude, the game is 6 months out, and after Devastation, granted, Sub-Zero has been changed around several times, but like I told you on the phone, I sat here at Carl's house and I said, I have no idea what the fuck I'm doing with this character anymore. That's what I said. I said, I have no idea. I was like, I rely on tools that don't exist. What the fuck am I doing? So, and I'm not going to change around. I changed them around. The first tournament I went to after was Console Combat, and that was only 1 week in, and I had some success changing them around a little bit. And I've been since learning and relearning everything I have to do, and I went back to my Johnny Cage as well since I finally have a sparring partner again. And I'm still learning things in this game, and it's 6 months in, and it's just so, and it just seems like in Capcom games, when you're hungry for knowledge, there's always someone you can play or someone you can go to get that experience and get that knowledge you want. In Mortal Kombat, it is so hard. One, you definitely Capcom. One, you can just go online and play a Capcom game, and you can just play people. And for the most part, they have things in perspective. You can just play. Even online, you can play. Don't play someone online in Mortal Kombat, because unless you're like best friends with them, or they're like one of the 10 people that are knowledgeable on the MK sites, you're just going to play like 2 games and they're going to leave and say GG's. They're going to say, that's all you do, play one character? GTFO. You know what I mean? It's so hard to get experience. This has been going on even since DC and Deception. You know, I'm trying to learn the Green Lantern and they're like, all you play is one character? Show me real skill, bitch. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm trying to get real skill.
That's true. I remember I would play Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 online, and you know I would play with Human Smoke, and like after like 2 or 3 games, people would just start going ape shit. They'd send me hate mail. I'm like, what the hell? I'm just trying to this is my character. Like, where's character loyalty in this community? Like, how come it's so different? Like,
yeah, for some of the other
really weird.
Because what it is the arcade mortals were very universal, as in everyone has the same normals, you know. So I guess the cool thing to do would be, now they used to always say random select in Chicago, but in reality random select didn't come into play until WaveNet and they were playing for free in their office. When they went to the arcade, they could throw that random select shit out the window. I promise you, none of them did it when they were paying. But it came down to the fact that everybody had the same normals, or UMK3 mainly is when it really started, when everybody played with run jabs. Everybody, the universal formula to the, and that's really my problem with my biggest problem with UMK3. and UMK3 players will of course bash me, even though your game came out in 1995, and making it sound simple is not really a knock on you because it came out in 1995. Basically, the problem with UMK3 is, when you watch the game, there's no awe factor. You will never watch a Cabal player and go, oh, how did he react to that jumping with a spin? You will never hear that because, you know, I'll give you an example. When I was playing PR Rog and this is you know, he didn't really, you know, he was good when he played. He only played the game for like a month and a half, you know. I played him in just 1 match in a team tournament. He did a raid and teleport. And I was waiting for it, and when he did it, I reacted to it, and I did an X-ray, and I did it fast enough it was unblockable. You know, you couldn't block it. It was guaranteed. That's something where you would say, wow, that's good reactions, or good anticipation, or a good read. Fighting games have that element that you look at and you say, wow, it was entertaining to watch that. UMK3 doesn't give you that. And the next thing is, it doesn't give you that adaptation. In other words, Slips, what does a high-level player want to do in UMK3? What is the core of the tactic they use in UMK3?
Run jabs.
And what does a low-level player want to do in UMK3? Run
jabs? Run jabs?
Run jabs, right? if you know a high-level player is going to do a run jab, what can you really do about it?
Duck, I guess.
Or do it to them first.
Yeah, there's not a whole lot of zoning. It's all about, you know, just who is that person going to jump? It's just kind of a spacing thing, and whoever guesses right has to do with run jabs. There's no real zoning in that game. It's just
Here's the best part about it. If I were to say to you, if a low-level player wants to run jab, what are you going to do about it? It's the same answer. Duck or out-run jab them. The same answer to beating a high-level player is the same answer to beating a low-level player. The only difference is it's easier to do it. Now, I understand UMK, well, oh, the Kara jabs and it's hard. I don't even like the term Kara jab. You know what other character can attack and block at the same time? Azazel in Tekken 6. That character can attack and block at the same time. That is a boss quality, and in my opinion, it breaks the game. I think that's ridiculous.
I agree. Kara jabs are broke. That game would be fun if you couldn't do that.
That's not even a Kara jab. It's a glitch. It's not a Kara jab.
It's a total glitch. It's like you're throwing out high punches and you can block everything at the same time. What's the consequence for that? The whole point of, you know, someone blocking is, okay, if someone holds block, that means I get to come in for free. But if they're doing high punches and blocking, well, you can't come in. So they just get to see for free what you're trying to do, and you can't. There's no consequence.
Yeah, and Rio showed me this also. Shit. Rio showed me situations. He's like, look, if I'm up 80% life, and I'm just standing in the middle of the screen, doing low punch and tapping block, right? You know, doing that glitch, right? Holding block while mashing low punch, low punch. What are you gonna do? You can't do anything to them.
Can't do anything.
Even if you try to sweep them to trigger their block, they're just going to put you at disadvantage, and then they're going to chip you out with more jabbing.
Yep.
So in reality, you're done. They're sitting there, you know, like Rio said, it negates the purpose of crouch blocking, because why crouch blocking at neutral when I could be putting damage on the screen while the game thinks I'm crouch blocking?
There's no point in blocking, period. It's just if you're going to block, you put jabs in front of your block with the glitch.
So
It's
these
too soft.
universal tactics, and like UMK3 players are going to be killing me, and I'm not saying UMK3 doesn't have depth in it. What I'm saying is the glitz jabbing being so accessible and so universal.